pork production is a huge industry for processors and farmers. Europe is one of the regions famous for its high-quality pork products. And Germany is the undisputed leader in pork production in Europe. But what makes this country so successful in this industry? Let's find out the answer right now. This is why Germany is the largest pork producer in Europe. According to statistics in 2022, nearly 47 million pigs were slaughtered in Germany to produce 4.5 million tons of pork. This outstanding figure proves that Germany is the largest pork producer in Europe. Internationally, Germany ranks third after China and the United States. Not only that, Germany also exports more than 2.3 million tons of pork to more than 100 countries, thereby meeting much of the growing demand for high-quality meat. Germany has some of the most modern pork processing facilities in Europe, applying strict regulations to ensure food safety and high-quality meat products. A pork processing plant in Germany can be divided into 3 areas: slaughter, cutting and further processing. Pigs are anesthetized before slaughter to avoid causing pain to the animals. This is in accordance with the regulations for humane slaughter and processing plants. As we all know, Europe is one of the regions with the strictest animal welfare standards in the world. Modern plants in Germany can slaughter up to 1,700 pigs per hour. After slaughter, the pig is dehaired, its organs removed, and cleaned. The carcass is usually split in half with a large saw, then placed in cold storage for rapid freezing to improve meat quality. Many plants store the carcass for 24 to 48 hours before taking it to the processing area for cutting. The pork carcass will be cut and divided into parts. Many processing plants use human labor to ensure the meat is processed cleanly, combined with automatic lines to create higher productivity. After cutting, fresh pork can be stored and distributed in cold storage for domestic consumption and export. Processed pork is vacuum-packed for supermarkets, restaurants, and export. According to statistics, the total per capita consumption of pork in Germany is 34.6 kilograms. This is a figure that proves that pork is the most important part of the German diet. With a turnover of around $19 billion, the meat industry is one of the leading sectors of the German food industry. More than 1.4 million tons of sausages are produced in Germany every year. Interest in these products is constantly growing. Today, more than 336,000 tons of pork worth over $1.7 billion are exported worldwide each year. All pork production processes in the processing plant in Germany meet food hygiene and safety standards, providing jobs for hundreds of thousands of domestic and foreign workers in the fields of livestock farming, transportation, and processing. Pork is a rich source of protein, has a delicious taste and is processed into many different dishes. Especially when processed into sausages, ham is not only loved by Germans but also exported to many regions. The production of pork products has a long tradition in Germany. The art of sausage making is based on centuries of experience passed down from generation to generation and adapted to modern requirements. Many traditional meat products such as ham or German sausages have achieved worldwide fame. The German pork industry is characterized by a diversity of hundreds of different products and countless regional variations. To increase annual pork production, pig farming in Germany also needs to be focused on. Large-scale farms play an important role and contribute to making Germany the largest pork producer in Europe. According to the report, in recent years, there were about 22 million pigs for meat production raised in Germany. The pig herd is mainly concentrated in the northwest of Germany, accounting for about 30% of the total pig population in Germany, with Lower Saxony being the most important production location in Germany, followed by North Rhine-Westphalia and Bavaria. One of the most effective ways to increase the German pig population is by fattening them on the farm. German pig fattening is shaped by the diversity of different pig breeds. Therefore, in addition to the high-yielding animals that are crosses between the native German pig breed and the Pie train, there are also many traditional breeds such as the Swabian Hall pig, the Bentheim black-pied pig and the Angeln saddleback pig. All of these breeds are known for their hardiness and delicious meat. In recent years, German farms have been favoring specialization in animal husbandry. As the number of pig farms has declined, specialization has increased. Around 40% of all pigs are raised in farms with more than 1,000 animals. Increased productivity has led to record pork production. Most pig fattening houses today are designed with wooden floors. Some are completely or partially wooden. Wooden floors ensure hygiene in the barn and help to better handle pig waste. Pigs usually stay in the fattening house until they reach a slaughter weight of about 110 kilograms at about 6 months of age. Here they must be provided with optimal nutrition. Pigs are mainly fed cereals and protein-rich foods such as soybean meal. With this farming method, Germany became the largest pork-producing country in Europe.
Hello everyone watching David Farming Channel. Over thousands of years of history, the dragon has become an important cultural symbol for some Asian countries, typically China. However, today, Chinese people have created a unique dish called dragon tongue sashimi. Is this dish made from the dragon's tongue? Today, let's explore with us how Chinese farmers raise thousands of special dragons. In Chinese mythology, crocodiles are considered descendants of dragons, so many Chinese people still consider them dragons to this day. However, crocodiles are not considered religious because they are fierce predators. Today, millions of crocodiles are raised on farms in China, playing an important role in the economic development of local communities. In China, crocodile farms are very large, holding hundreds to thousands of animals. These farms are often built in tropical or subtropical climates, especially in Guangdong, Fujian, and Hainan provinces. The most commonly farmed crocodile is the Yangtze crocodile, which is also native to China, with many farms importing and breeding Siamese crocodiles. Crocodile farms are often designed to mimic the crocodile's natural habitat, with ponds and large sandy areas for the crocodiles to bask and roam. This helps ensure their natural growth and ability to reproduce. Enclosure areas are often segregated by age and size to ensure that alligators do not compete for food or eat each other. Crocodiles are carnivores, so they are usually fed fresh meat, mainly chicken, fish, and sometimes pork. Unlike other livestock, crocodiles do not need to be fed regularly, only 2 to 3 times a week. Moreover, the amount of food is also strictly managed to ensure that crocodiles grow at a stable rate without wasting food. Chinese farmers also pay great attention to the health of crocodiles. Cleaning cages and ponds is also done regularly to prevent bacteria from growing. Because farmed crocodiles are often susceptible to skin diseases, regular cleaning of cages also ensures the crocodiles are healthy. To increase the number of farmed crocodiles, Chinese farmers carry out the incubation process to produce quality offspring. The incubation process of crocodile eggs is carried out in professional incubators with strictly controlled temperature and humidity. The incubation period for crocodile eggs can last from 60 to 80 days, depending on the species of crocodile. Newly hatched crocodiles usually reach a size of about 19 to 21 centimeters, and they can move quickly right after hatching. At this time, the baby crocodiles are carefully cared for before being released into concentrated breeding tanks or sold for breeding. Large-scale crocodile farms in China can harvest thousands of dollars after each sale of breeding crocodiles. Crocodile farming in China has grown rapidly in recent years, providing a steady income for local farming communities and jobs for thousands of workers in crocodile leather processing factories. Yes, crocodile skin is considered the most valuable part and is commonly used in the fashion industry to produce high-end handbags, belts, and shoes. Each product made from crocodile skin is worth from hundreds to thousands of dollars. There are even some of the world's most famous crocodile skin handbags that cost up to $450,000. Not only harvested for its skin, crocodile meat is also becoming increasingly popular in Chinese cuisine, where it is considered a nutritious delicacy with high protein content and low fat. While the meat parts are prepared by methods such as stir-frying and grilling, crocodile tongue is processed into a unique sashimi dish, often referred to by locals as dragon tongue sashimi. Many people may be scared of this dish, but it is very popular with some Chinese people. The preparation method is very simple. Just clean the crocodile tongue and cut it into bite-sized pieces. This dragon tongue sashimi is enjoyed like many other sashimi dishes. In China, crocodiles are also used in traditional medicine to make medicines that are believed to cure lung-related diseases, relieve pain, and boost the immune system. Many people also often make crocodile meat is processed with some medicinal herbs to improve health. Overall, crocodile farming is a large-scale industry, with farming and processing processes tightly controlled to maximize profits. It plays an important role in the development of the local economy and help farmers stabilize their lives. Welcome to the American West, where brave and talented cowboys perform special tasks. Have you ever wondered how Western cowboys can tame wild cows on horseback? Without modern machinery, they can still control the ferocious cows. Today, we will explore the ultimate skills of these Western cowboys. Let's follow this journey. Since the late 19th century, cowboys have become an indispensable part of cattle raising activities on large ranches in the American West. On the vast grasslands, cows are often led to roam freely to find their own food. Therefore, cowboys must master the skills of controlling and taming the herd when necessary. Cowboy culture is not only a job, but also a way of life, a symbol of freedom and adventure. How can cowboys control and tame wild cows? Western cowboys tame cows on horseback with a perfect combination of technique and instinct. The cowboys' cow taming process begins with the discovery and approach of the cow herd. Then, they will seek to control the cows rhythmically. To do that, they need to create harmony between man and horse. When moving through the grasslands, precise reins and gentle spurs help create flexible movements, leading the herd in the desired direction.
What's that?
Oh yeah.
After choosing the right cow, the cowboy begins to prepare the noose throwing technique. One of the skills related to the noose is called trick roping, in which the cowboy performs movements by spinning the noose in the air before wrapping it around the cow's neck. From horseback, the cowboy must not only adjust the force of the throw, but also calculate the distance and direction of the charging cow. With decisive and skillful movements, they create a perfect rope, tying it around the neck of the cow in a split second. After successfully controlling it, the cowboy quickly uses his skillful skills to knock down the cow, creating a situation of complete control. Sometimes, wild cows can be tied to all four legs or tied to a tree, tiring them out before the cowboy leads them back home. So, why do cowboys have to capture these cows? There are many important reasons related to cattle management and conservation. In the past, wild cows living in the wild needed to be captured to bring them to the ranch to domesticate and reproduce, helping to increase the gene pool and ensure the maintenance of the herd. In addition, semi-wild cows, raised on large grasslands, also need to be captured to transport to the ranch or sell at the market.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
Additionally,
Hi, cowboys.
Domesticating cattle not only helps ranchers maintain their herds, but also helps them control and protect their herds. This ensures a steady income for farmers and cowboys, helping them maintain their livelihoods. However, the most common demand today comes from the federal government. They need to remove wild cattle from public lands for ecological or even safety reasons. Therefore, cowboys are often paid to do this. When taming wild cattle from horseback, cowboys face many potential dangers. One of the biggest risks is being attacked by cows. When panicked, cows can react unexpectedly, attack cowboys, and cause serious, even life-threatening injuries. Besides, riding and running at high speed is also a constant danger. They have to be very careful not to fall off the horse or be thrown to the ground, which can lead to serious injuries. All of this requires cowboys to have courage and skillful skills to ensure their safety. But how do cowboys get so good at taming wild cows? It all starts with rigorous training. They start by learning how to ride well, developing a bond and understanding with their horse. Then, cowboys practice lassoing, a technique that requires precision and agility. They often spend hours practicing this move, from adjusting the distance to calculating the speed of the cow, helping them become proficient at catching cows. Cowboys will have to start their training with farm-raised cows or small non-aggressive cows. The training process will take place regularly until they can handle the situation proficiently. But it is not that simple. Those skills will need to continue to be perfected throughout life. Although times have changed, the work of cowboys still plays an important role in the modern livestock industry. They continue to use traditional techniques, but with the support of technology, work efficiency has been significantly improved. Today's cowboys are not only cattle herders, but also modern ranch managers. With the technique of taming cows from horseback, Western cowboys have become symbols of courage and freedom in American culture. What do you think about this? Leave a comment to let us know. Surely you have seen how farmers kill rats with guns on our channel. But there is a more explosive way to kill rats. Yes, you heard right. Explosive here is to blow up the rat burrow systems deep underground. So, how is this super stimulating way to kill rats done? Let's explore with us right away. For centuries, gophers have been a persistent problem for farmers, not only in the United States but also around the world. They are notorious for destroying crops, chewing through equipment, and spreading disease. While traditional methods such as trapping and predators have been used for centuries, they are ineffective against the large numbers of underground burrowing gophers. These burrows can stretch across large areas of land, causing extensive damage to crops and farm equipment. Modern methods of rat control, such as trapping or shooting, are not very effective against burrowing rats. They spend most of their time in burrows and only feed at night. Using guns to kill burrowing rats is almost impossible. Therefore, the challenge for farmers is to use special control methods that both kill rats and destroy burrows and prevent further burrowing. In this context, farmers in some areas have turned to a more drastic, albeit controversial method of killing rats, using controlled explosives to destroy nests and kill rats. This method is performed by experienced farmers or reputable pest control professionals. First, they need to locate the rat burrows and mark all the locations, which is necessary to ensure the safety of the farmers, and the gas mixture is absorbed into the entire rat burrow system. Then, they use specially designed machines to mix and pump propane and oxygen into the rat burrow system. After the gas mixture spreads throughout the burrow system, the farmers will activate the detonator to destroy the rat burrow system, kill the rats, and seal the burrows. This method, although it looks dangerous because it makes a very loud noise, is very effective in killing rats deep in the cave.
Oh, yes.
Each time a rat burrow is blown up, it will destroy the entire burrow system that the rats have previously dug, including large burrows. Blowing up a burrow will also destroy the entire burrow, preventing other rat populations from digging burrows. The method of blasting rat burrows is more effective in preventing invading rats, because it destroys the entire population of rats hiding in the burrows, including baby rats or adult rats in the reproductive period, thereby preventing the spread of the rat population. The method of blasting rat burrows is often carried out in open grassland areas, or even on golf courses, because these areas are ideal places for cave rats to live and dig burrows. In the United States, the use of explosives to eradicate invasive species is regulated, and farmers must follow safety protocols to ensure that the process does not endanger people or property. Farmers using this method must be trained in the handling of flammable gases and explosives, as well as the management of the equipment used to introduce gas into the cave. The equipment must be regularly maintained and inspected to ensure proper operation. This method can cause an unintended explosion that is unsafe for people and animals on the farm. To kill burrowing rats, in addition to blasting their burrows, American farmers have invented effective rat traps. These traps are placed in areas with large burrowing rat populations. Farmers dig a small hole in the ground and place the rat traps. In the traps, bait such as peanuts or cheese will attract them more effectively. Each trap location is marked by farmers for easy identification. Burrow destruction is a controversial but sometimes necessary method used by farmers in the United States to manage hard-to-eliminate rodent colonies. While effective, the technique raises important questions about animal welfare, environmental impact, and safety. As the agricultural industry continues to grow, balancing the need for pest control with humane and sustainable practices will remain a challenge. Have you ever seen a hunter kill a snake with a bow and arrow? Sounds strange, right? And many of you may think it is very difficult to hit a snake with a bow and arrow. But hunters and farmers in Arizona have made the unbelievable a reality. Let's find out how hunters kill snakes with a bow and arrow right now. Although Texas is the state with the most snakes in the US, when it comes to venomous snakes, Arizona is definitely the place to go, with 13 extremely venomous snake species. Of course, they will kill if bitten by the wrong person, and many poultry farms in Arizona are not immune to snake attacks. Chickens are potential prey for snakes because they are small and tend to forage on the ground, making them vulnerable to snake attacks. If snakes manage to get into the chicken coop, they can kill or injure the chickens. This would not be a serious problem if chicken attacks only occurred once or twice a year. But in Arizona, snakes are considered a threat to both the economy and human health. Farmers not only suffer heavy economic losses due to snake attacks on their farms, they also face danger if snakes appear in their homes or gardens.
The snake.
According to statistics, each year about 5.4 million people in the world are bitten by snakes. About 85,000 to 137,000 people die from venomous snake bites, and nearly 400,000 people are permanently disabled. These numbers are alarming about the dangers of snakes that humans can hardly foresee. To protect poultry farms and the dangers caused by snakes, farmers have used weapons to control venomous snakes, of which bows and arrows are also popular. Can you guess if this guy successfully killed 2 snakes with just one shot? Surprisingly, he did it. Although at a close distance, killing 2 snakes with 1 arrow is still a significant challenge. Hunting snakes with a bow is difficult to do, especially for new hunters, but it has many advantages that attract people to participate. Bow hunting is a unique and challenging activity that appeals to hunters who want to test their skills and experience the thrill. Although this hunting method is not very popular and requires more skill than using a gun, it is more exciting and rewarding. Using a bow and arrow is much quieter than a gun, allowing the hunter to approach prey without startling it or disturbing other wildlife. This is especially useful when hunting in areas where have a dense solid density. Furthermore, arrows are reusable and do not cause noise pollution like guns. For those interested in minimizing their environmental impact, bow hunting is an attractive choice. There are many popular hunting bows on the market. Which bow is most popular among snake hunters?
Yeah, I know.
Any standard hunting bow can be used to hunt snakes, but a bow or compound bow is often preferred for its power and accuracy. It is recommended to use arrows with fine or blunt tips designed to do enough damage when killing a snake. Snake hunting is considered very dangerous because many venomous snakes can cause serious injuries to hunters after being bitten. Therefore, hunters need to equip themselves with protective gear such as snake boots and some other tools. Snakes are also very good at camouflaging in many different environments. Hunters need to carefully observe the bushes to avoid missing their prey. Hunting snakes with a bow is more dangerous than a gun because it requires the hunter to be close to the prey, but maintaining distance is important. The hunter needs to operate outside the snake's striking range, usually about half its body length. To take down a snake quickly, the hunter needs to determine the exact shooting location, preferably at the head or the upper third of the body, because that is where the vital organs are. A quick shot there will ensure a quick and humane kill. Avoid shooting at the tail and midsection because it will not kill the snake immediately. If the snake is only injured, it can also attack the hunter by spitting out venom. Farmers and hunters must also always prioritize safety when dealing with venomous snakes. They should consider escape routes if attacked, and most importantly, know how to administer first aid if bitten by a venomous snake. Do you know how hunters process snakes after hunting? Depending on the hunter's purpose, such as skin or meat, there are different ways of processing them. Snake skin is processed and made into many different utensils because it is very valuable in terms of aesthetics. Snake meat also contains many vitamins and minerals. It is also considered a free source of protein for humans, so eating snake meat is not something foreign to farmers in Arizona. Bow hunting has become a popular activity for many big game hunting in the United States, such as hunting wild boar, deer, and bear. It attracts more than 3 million Americans because of its many advantages. Bow hunting is an effective wildlife management tool used to promote healthy animal populations and improve habitat, especially in areas with overpopulation and where modern firearms are restricted. When it comes to Egypt, most of us will surely think of the pyramid symbol that has existed for thousands of years. But few people know that this country is also famous for the most unique pigeon towers in the world. These towers were built in all areas of Egypt for the purpose of raising pigeons. So now, let's explore with us the unique way of raising pigeons of Egyptian farmers. These birds were prized for their meat, which was once considered a major source of protein for the Egyptian people. As a result, pigeon farming is still considered one of the most important industries in Egypt today. They are kept mainly in unique towers that you won't find anywhere else. The pigeon towers were carefully designed to house hundreds, sometimes thousands of pigeons. The towers were made of mud bricks, which helped to create a cool environment during Egypt's scorching summer days. Each tower has small niches, often meticulously crafted in rows, where pigeons can nest. These niches provide ideal conditions for pigeon breeding, ensuring a steady supply of birds, pigeons, and their byproducts. Depending on the region, farmers build different pigeon tower structures, but they all have the same function. Most are built in a honeycomb structure, allowing birds to easily fly inside. The towers are usually cylindrical or conical in shape, ensuring stability and ease of construction. Openings at the top of the tower allow pigeons to enter and exit freely, and the height of the pigeon towers also minimizes the risk of being attacked by predators such as snakes or wild birds. Farmers use different materials such as palm leaves and wooden sticks to create landing spaces for pigeons, making them comfortable to perch. This design also functions to make it easier for farmers to collect manure from the base of the tower, which can then be distributed to the fields as fertilizer. Millions of pigeons live in thousands of pigeon towers built across Egypt. Although the towers are more complex to build than closed pigeon farms, Egyptian farmers still commonly apply this form of farming because it has many unique advantages. Pigeons living in towers have been studied to have better welfare because they are free to fly and forage. One of the main reasons why pigeon towers flourished in Egypt was the use of pigeon droppings as fertilizer. Rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, pigeon droppings were considered superior to other fertilizers. Egyptian farmers used the droppings to increase soil fertility in the Nile Delta, allowing them to grow more abundant crops such as wheat, barley, and vegetables. The use of pigeon droppings became an essential aspect of Egyptian agriculture, especially after the annual flooding of the Nile. When the waters receded, farmers would apply pigeon droppings to their fields, ensuring that the soil remained rich for the next growing season. Pigeon farming and pigeon tower construction brought many economic and social benefits to the Egyptian people. First, pigeons are a relatively low-maintenance livestock option. They have few resources for food and shelter, but produce valuable products. This makes pigeon farming an attractive business for small-scale farmers, because it provides a steady source of income with little initial investment. Pigeon meat is highly nutritious and is commonly consumed by Egyptians of all social classes. Pigeon meat is often stewed, roasted, or dried for preservation. Pigeons are also traded in local markets, creating an economic source of income around these pigeon farms. In rural Egypt, pigeon farming has become a community activity, with families and villages working together to build towers and manage pigeons. Not only does it help the local economy, it also helps stabilize the lives of farmers. The construction of pigeon towers in ancient Egypt was a unique and diverse activity, closely linked to the agricultural, economic, and religious life of the country. These towers not only provided a reliable source of food and fertilizer, but also reflected the cultural and spiritual values of the Egyptian people. For farmers in Southeast Asia, toads are a nutritious and expensive delicacy. However, in Australia, they are considered an invasive species that must be eradicated. So, why don't Australians turn invasive toads into a valuable food item to make it easier to control them? Let's find out in this video. Cane toads were introduced to Australia in 1935 from Hawaii to control sugarcane pests, but due to favorable climate, the toad population grew rapidly. Over the past decade, cane toads have become one of the most destructive invasive species in Australia. Since their introduction, cane toads have spread throughout northern Australia, including Queensland, the Northern Territory, and parts of Western Australia and New South Wales. They continue to expand their range and spread at an estimated rate of 40 to 60 kilometers per year. To control this pest, Australian authorities have issued many measures to control them. One of the measures to control cane toads is to use traps. This is the most common method used by both professionals and community groups to kidnap sugarcane. Because traps can catch large numbers of cane toads in the wild, trapping toads is usually done at night because this is the time they are mainly active. Some hunters also use guns to hunt toads. Sounds unbelievable, right? This is completely true in Australia, but only a few hunters use this method because it is quite expensive, so it is not very popular. Although killing toads with guns is not easy, professional hunters can easily take down toads with just one shot. Trapping and cane toad capture are direct methods of control, often involving the large Australian farming community. Volunteers go out at night with lights and capture cane toads by hand. Once collected, the toads are humanely disposed of in accordance with animal welfare standards. So, what effects do cane toads have on agriculture and the livestock industry in Australia? Although cane toads were originally introduced to control agricultural pests, they have also become a pest. Cane toads do not significantly reduce insect populations, but instead cause problems for livestock, especially if animals come into contact with the toads or their toxins. In particular, livestock and poultry are also negatively affected by toad populations. Not only that, toads also affect feed storage areas, causing large amounts of livestock or poultry feed to spoil, causing a direct impact on the farm owner's economy. Cane toads eat a variety of insects and small animals, causing a decline in the food source for native species and disrupting local ecosystems. Cane toads secrete a potent toxin from their parotid glands that can be fatal to animals that attempt to eat them. Many native Australian predators such as snakes, lizards, birds, and even crocodiles have died after eating cane toads, leading to a decline in their populations. While cane toads are not a direct threat to human health, their toxins can harm pets and children who come into contact with them. Due to the above threats, cane toads are believed to have impacted indigenous communities, especially those who rely on hunting native wildlife for food and cultural practices. Measures to reduce cane toads have been applied by Australian farmers for nearly a decade, but have not really eliminated this species. Because cane toads are extremely difficult to eradicate due to their high reproductive rates, on average female toads can lay up to 30,000 eggs at a time, and in particular, they have the ability to adapt to many different environments. Therefore, the problem of controlling cane toads has become increasingly complicated and difficult. So, why don't Australians eat toads to reduce invasion? The main reason is that cane toads have toxins similar to pufferfish. This amphibian secretes a very strong toxin called bufotoxin, which is secreted from the salivary glands behind the eyes. This toxin can cause serious illness or death in most animals, including humans, if ingested. This poison affects the heart and can lead to cardiac arrest, making the consumption of cane toads extremely dangerous. Because of their toxicity, Australians do not dare to eat them. But, in contrast to Australians, toads are a favorable dish of Vietnamese people and some Southeast Asian regions. Vietnamese farmers are very skillful in processing toads. They know how to remove the toxins and process them into delicious dishes. Vietnamese people have eaten toad meat for decades. This is a quite expensive dish and is considered a specialty in many regions. Even the number of toads in the wild has decreased sharply because they are used as food. According to research, toad meat contains higher amounts of protein and zinc than other types of meat such as beef and pork. So, it is used to improve the health of people and children with rickets, malnutrition, and slow growth. Specifically, in 100 grams of toad meat, there are 55.4 grams of protein and 65 milligrams of zinc. However, to prepare toads into a dish, the processors need to have experience in preparing them because they are no different from the Japanese pufferfish dish. The toad's internal organs and skin are carefully removed to avoid harm to health. If Australians knew how to process toad meat, surely they would not have become an invasive species, right? Our video today is over. How do you feel about the video? Please leave a like button, subscribe, and comment to support our channel. And now, goodbye and see you all again.